Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into a story about a single car crash, but really, it's about something much bigger. It's about how the world inside our heads, our thoughts, our fears, our ego, can create very real, sometimes devastating consequences out there on the road. We're going to see how three totally different mindsets on one dark night literally collided. So let's kick things off with our first character, Evan. And wow, this one quote, it tells you everything you need to know about where he's coming from. He genuinely believes it's unfair that he can't learn how to properly control getting wasted. For him, this isn't just a kid being rebellious. He sees it as his right to learn about life through taking risks. And that one belief, it's the spark that lights the fuse for everything that's about to happen.
Right, so this whole argument, it's not really about a party, is it? It's a clash of worldviews. It's about risk and freedom and what's even real. As his dad says, it's like they're living in two completely different dimensions.
And here you can see those two dimensions laid out plain as day. On one side, Evan's reality is all about the future, the excitement, the awesome sound system, a rematch fight, even this kind of naive idea that stoned soldiers will make friends. But on the flip side, his parents' reality is built on hard evidence from the past. Kids getting arrested, an ambulance being called, the fact that no adults will be there. You see the split? One person is focused on what could be fun, while the others are focused on what has already gone wrong.
Okay, and this is where things get a little weird. We're moving beyond just arguments and logic now. Evan actually admits he's had this foggy dream about an accident, and then his mom drops a bomb. She's had the exact same dream. Suddenly, this isn't about rules or parties anymore. It's this shared intuitive warning hanging in the air, a feeling that something is just deeply, deeply wrong.
All right, let's fast forward. It's the night of the party. We've got our three key players on the same road, all headed to the same place. But here is the absolute key to this whole story. Each of them is driving from inside a completely different internal reality. First up, Evan. And you can see his whole world has kind of shrunk. It's not even about the party anymore. It's about social survival. The fear that his girlfriend might see him as a leashed puppy, to him, right now, that feels way more dangerous than any foggy dream about a car crash. His choices are now being driven entirely by what other people might think.
Now, ahead of Evan, you've got Rev. He's on a totally different wavelength. He's not worried about what anyone thinks. He's just present. He's paying attention to the road itself, and he gets this gut feeling, a simple, clear thought. This is a dangerous stretch of road. No panic, no drama, just pure awareness. And because of that, he slows down, sending this quiet, sober warning back to the cars behind him.
And then there's Diesel, thundering up from behind, ready to pass them both. His reality is just a rage-filled echo chamber. He's late, he's annoyed, and he sees the other cars not as vehicles with people in them, but as obstacles in his way. For Diesel, the world is just a stage, and he's the main character, proving how powerful and free he is.
Now, this is the really wild part. These mindsets, they aren't just thoughts. They're actually creating these invisible ripples on the road. Rev's calm focus, it projects this tangible sense of caution. Evan, who's already on high alert from his dream, actually picks up on it. He senses the warning and instinctively slows down. But Diesel, he's trapped in his own bubble, blasting music, completely consumed by his own anger. He's cut off, totally unable to receive any of these signals. And so, here we are. It's all coming to a head. On this dark stretch of road, these three conflicting realities, caution, anxiety, and aggression, are about to have a very, very real collision. The crash itself happens in 4 quick seconds. But you gotta understand, this isn't bad luck. It starts with a choice. Diesel's aggressive move to pass. That's the provocation. His horn and flashing lights directly cause the reaction. The startled deer bolts into the road. The impact and the wreckage that follows, that's just physics taking over. This entire chain reaction was kicked off by the state of one person's mind. And if you need a perfect, tragic symbol for this whole mess, look no further. His custom license plate on the mangled car reads, Donut. You find out that's his personal motto. Do not know, do not care. In the harsh glare of the headlights on the wreckage, it's not a funny slogan anymore. It's a confession. In the moments right after the crash, as Evan and Rev are rushing to help, the difference between these mindsets just gets sharper. The physical crash is over, but the collision of realities, that's still happening right there on the side of the road. Just listen to Diesel's first words. He's soaked in beer, his car is totaled, but he's physically okay. And what does he do? He immediately starts pointing fingers. It's the idiot driver's fault. It's the deer's fault. He even blames Hollywood movie producers. He instantly builds this narrative where he's the victim because he cannot face the fact that he was the cause.
And in response, Rev doesn't argue, he doesn't judge, he just states a simple, undeniable fact of cause and effect. Your car horn and flashing lights frighten the deer. It's this calm, clear statement of reality. And it's such a stunning contrast to Diesel's frantic, self-serving story. One person sees a clear chain of events. The other sees a conspiracy against him.
So the story really just leaves us with this one big question. Evan walked away, maybe because he listened to some inner warning. Diesel is left standing in the wreckage of his own denial. It forces us to ask ourselves, right? How much of our own lives, our own crashes and near misses, are shaped not by luck, but by the reality we choose to live in? What signals are we listening to, and which ones are we ignoring as we drive down our own roads?